What's going on, everybody? Teddy Baldassarre from teddybaldassarre.com. In this video, we're going to be looking at a really cool collection from Timex with the American Documents series. So at any point throughout this video, want to learn a little bit more about these watches, have links in the description to learn some more. Full authorized dealer of Timex on my website. And if you use the promo code in the description, you can get a free strap with your purchase. Guys, let's take a closer look at the American Documents. First, looking at a rundown of this Timex American Documents series, we have a case size of 41 millimeters, thickness of 9.5 millimeters, lug width of 21 millimeters, lug to lug of 48.5 millimeters, water resistance of 30 meters. Movement is a Swiss quartz Ronda 6004. Crystal is Gorilla Glass here. Price $495, and if you use promo code ADocuments at checkout, you can get a free strap up to $50 with your purchase of this watch. Now, Timex has been in business for nearly 175 years, with them first opening their doors back in 1854, first as the Waterbury Clock Company. The company began with a mission that still rings true today, bringing great watch designs from Europe and other parts of the world and bringing it to the States, and doing it at accessible prices. However, with this understanding, Timex aims to get back to their roots with creating this watch with nearly every single component being made in the USA minus the movement, which is Swiss, and all the assembly happening in the US. And from that, the American Documents collection was born. The American Documents series was unveiled back in 2019 and had a lot of people talking in America, especially, as again, every component of these watches are made in America apart from the Swiss movement, and all the assembly is done in Connecticut. At the time of its release, I think people found reasons to get upset with these, saying $500 for a Timex, which is understandable, but quite frankly, this is not any ordinary Timex, and that becomes more clear as you pick this one up and open the well-constructed wooden box that it comes in. First, looking at this watch on the wrist, we do have a larger case size. However, it wears a bit smaller than that case size of 41 millimeters would indicate as a result of the lug to lug of 48.5 millimeters. This is a size that will work on a majority of wrists out there, but it will depend on personal preference. But I think anyone with a wrist, say above 16 centimeters, will find this wears just fine on the wrist with no overhang. The watch is pretty light on the wrist and is thin enough to slide underneath dress cuffs, but there is still quite a bit of substance here in comparison to other quartz watches on the market. The crystal of this piece is made with Gorilla Glass, being made in America, and will add a nice notch up from the more traditional plastic crystals found on their more affordable timepieces. And it's very clear in allowing full view of the dial components really to be seen at every single angle. The case comes with a high polished bezel and brushed lugs. At the right side of the case, we have a crown that has a nice treat featuring a cool brass crown insert that adds a pop of color and matches what we will see on the back side and provides insight into why this watch has a little bit more of a hefty feel for a quartz-related piece. The case back features a very cool US sourced brass plate to match the color of their original brass timepieces and honors the roots of the city that Timex calls home, as Waterbury, Connecticut is nicknamed the Brass City, as the city was a leader in the country in developing brassware. The dials on these come in a different variety, so if you do want more details on the different types of watches available within this collection, hit the links in the description to go to my website. I'll have all the details there. But each one of them has a process that mirrors how old pocket watches were made in the area, being made with a double layered dial of brass as well. The dial is rather simple across the board and really has a clean aesthetic. It features printed hour and minute markers along the outside. At the 3, a date window. At the 6, a sub-seconds with a date of Timex's founding below. And at the 12, the writing of the brand's logo and the added inclusion of the Swiss movement and the Made in America marking. As shown earlier, the caseback offers a nice brass caseback coin, yet within we have the Swiss Ronda quartz movement. The movement is no nonsense, being very accurate at -10 to +20 seconds per month and has a lengthy battery life of 40 months. So from this, you're going to get a really accurate wearing experience, as well as one that's going to be relatively carefree, not having to worry about changing that battery for quite some time. So I think there are a lot of brands that try to oversell that made in America or having any connection to America, and it really comes off as a cheap way to pander. But I think in this case, Timex really seems to want to make an effort here, as it really deviates from the rest of the products that they're creating. And I think they want to try to improve the level of watchmaking taking place with a lot of the watches that they're creating as well. The watch itself is very good looking. It has probably some of the best construction of any Timex on the market. And I think for a certain type of buyer, this is going to be a watch that I think you should really take a look at and consider. As a guy like myself who loves to be from the country that he's from, I have to say I'm a big fan of this and what Timex is going for, and I'd be interested to see if they could add more to this in the future. But in the meantime, I think we're getting a really cool piece with a great mission. So guys, if you have any questions about this watch, feel free to email me directly, teddy@teddybaldassarre.com. Would love to have your business. You get full factory warranty with any purchase of a watch on my website. Definitely shop around, check out the different straps, and any purchase supports the free content that I create on my main channel. Would really appreciate your business. So guys, thank you again so much for watching. Be well, and I will see you all very soon.